Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Geforce GTX 750 Ti. For performance monitoring, I'll be using Cam. If you want to download the software, there's a link down in the description. And if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description as well. So Kingdom Come Deliverance, the full game, day 1. I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p. To skip down those sections of the video, check the description below. So well, first of all, I'll show you 1080p with the overclocked GTX 750 Ti, and unfortunately I wasn't able to maintain 30 frames per second all the time. In some places where the foliage is very dense, for example very close to a forest, you'll notice some drops into the mid-20s, which are very noticeable, and since I was using a mix between medium and low settings, I just lowered everything to low, and that wasn't enough to maintain over 25 frames per second in that very specific place, and that can happen quite a bit when you're close to very dense forests, so I recommend avoiding 1080p unless you can do a bigger overclock on your 750 Ti compared to mine. Then on 900p and 720p I just disabled the overclock completely on the GPU, and on 900p first of all I use pretty much a mix between low and high settings. A couple things are on low, the other ones are on medium or high, and that was enough to stay over 30 frames per second most of the time. This will be my recommended configuration if you don't mind playing at 30 frames per second. Still looks very good and the resolution isn't that low compared to 1080p. And finally at 720p I show you two configurations. I'll be using three options on medium and textures on medium as well, and the rest on the maximum, and that gave me over 30 frames per second with some drops every now and then below 30 when there was a lot going on, for example fire and smoke plus a lot of NPCs, but the rest of the experience was over 30, at least for what I tested so far. And then I show you 720p, the lowest settings, to see what frame rate we get. But yeah, now I'm going to talk to you about my experience testing the game plus a little about the options menu. So in some of the videos where I tested this game, I used a Ryzen 3 1200 with a 3.9 GHz overclock and an i3 6100, which that last one should be similar to a G4560 in performance, and well, overall I didn't see a huge difference between them in this game. I saw a little more consistency on the Ryzen 3 chip, but remember that it's overclocked to 3.9 GHz, so it kinda makes sense. The game still likes to drop below 60, so I would recommend for a CPU if you want 60 frames per second. Apart from having a decent enough GPU, I would recommend something like an i3 8100 for more consistent frames, or an i5 8400 since you have more cores there, plus the higher single-threaded performance, so that should help out inconsistency in these open places. And well, in the options menu, the options that gave me the biggest difference in performance by lowering them were shader quality, shadows, and lighting quality. Those are the three that gave me the biggest boost in performance. It's usually a massive FPS boost, sometimes I get double the frame rate. Then the other ones I didn't mention, just lower them in groups. But so far the biggest difference again is shader quality, shadows, and lighting quality. On lighting quality, especially at night, you'll see a major difference in performance. If you're using low or medium on lighting, the torches won't generate any shadows. That's why it makes such a big difference at night in the lighting quality. Then the shadows is the resolution and distance of the shadows. And while the rest of the options, you can see the difference, you can see what they do just by reading the bottom right corner of the screen. It has a very short explanation of what each option does. And I also noticed some stutters every now and then, just texture pop in. And in order to help fix that, I had to lower the texture quality so the textures just show up quicker. Even if you have enough VRAM, the game just doesn't load the textures sometimes. It seems to be just very big textures or it's not properly optimized. And I also tested this very quickly on an SSD and I noticed that the stutters happen less often, plus some of the pop-in was decreased. So having a faster hard drive this time around when you're moving fast through the map can make a small difference. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Run for it!
Please! Anyone! Good old, look for big good me.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Go! They'll kill you all! Warn the others! They tore at Scarlet! Run for it! Flee! To Talmberg! Flee!
Tudom, hogy fog végződni.
Megöllek, te büdös! Kitekerem a nyakat, te nyomoron! Eltaposlak, mint egy tetvet! Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Run for it!
Eltaposlak, mint egy tetvet. Megöllek. Ez üdös.
Most régen! Go! They'll kill you all! Run for it!
No quiere Connie.
Run! Run for it! Flee!
No! Hape brudlet. Quiere Connie. Eto poszła kwintę defet.
Or I'll kill you!
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Run for it! Run for it! Flee! To Talmberg! Run for it!